Right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Friday, March 8th. It is set by Pascal. I'll start with 8 across. Nomadic drunk going round India are some island. Well, that certainly sounds like an anagram of nomadic, and then I for India. Dominica. Yeah, not Dominican Republic, Dominica. That was an easy enough start. Sculptures of at least 3 Greek characters. Ooh, I don't know how to read that one. I presume it's going to mean sculptures. But what would at least 3? Few? Does few mean 3 or more? And then Greek characters could be pies, rose, muse. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Dynamic individual that one should avoid contact with. Funny way, of course, those 2 words meet, so they're going to share the last letter. A live wire, of course, is something you should avoid contact with, and would be a dynamic individual. Let's try one down. One VIP turning up to confront Saint. I presume it's going to be the name of a saint. If VIP turns up, so one VIP turns up to confront. It doesn't look like any saint's name that I know. Yeah, Piv just does not seem, so it must be some other word that means a VIP. But I do think it will be turned backwards. But maybe it's the confront part. Is that just part of the wordplay? So what saint's name could fit here? No, I'm not seeing it. Let me try 3 down. Poet gets post, but not a great deal. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm thinking maybe it's a short poet's name and then a short word for a post. And it means, but it might be with a word for post without its A. Oh, which of course could be mail, could be post, without A would be mill. And so it might actually mean great deal. Oh, could that be a poker hand? I don't think something I has a poker hand. I'm not thinking of one. No, this is tricky. Bar friend with a platitudinous style. Bar friend. So I think it's going to be a word for bar, a word for friend. Which could be ally to give an adverb ending with a platitudinous. I'm not 100%. A platitude is like an empty compliment, right? Oh, I bet it's a banale. I've never, I've said banal in the past, but I don't think I've ever said banale. It just sounds wrong. That's probably why people don't say it. But bar can be ban. I quite like that. I'll leave it in for now. All right, foodie occasions. Relations will eat each bit. So what's the first word ending in A? That could be foodie occasions. Tea something? Doesn't seem right. I suppose maybe they're just deliberately describing it as a foodie occasion, just an occasion when you eat food and not necessarily some sort of gourmet experience. Tea times, tea breaks, tea. What else could it be? No, not saying it. And then the relations will eat each bit. Each can be per or a, and so a word or some type of relations that surrounds a. I wonder if that could be the A for each bit. A part. Oh, tea parties, maybe? Let's see what the other letters would be. It's actually each is EA and bit is part, and then relations are ties. Ah, okay. Well, I'm glad I spotted that A. And even though I identified it for the wrong reason as being part of each, it did help me get that. Does that help my poet? What is a short? So now the first four letters could be a poet, which doesn't have to be a specific poet. And then something for a post, but not a great deal. Oh, I want to say little would be not a great deal. Poet gets post. Oh, I wonder who the current poet laureate is in Britain. I'm going to pause. I want to sip my coffee too before it gets cold, and I'll look up who the current poet laureate is. No, the current poet laureate is Simon Armitage. Before that, Carol Ann Duffy, Andrew Motion, Ted Hughes, Betjeman, and it doesn't look like there is anyone ever something I, something T. But I did think of the word little, could be not a great deal, and then maybe tittle, it could be a title, poet with a T in it, I don't know. No, I think I'm going to have to move on from that one. Soldier with Eastern weapon within reach. Oh. I presume it's going to mean within reach. And we're going to form it by one of those short words or abbreviations for a soldier. Eastern weapon could be misleading. It might just simply be E for Eastern, and then a weapon. And then what would an ending be for within reach? Well, able, but that's not going to work with that A. A-R-I-N-G. No, not saying that. Job of Gundog being derided. I presume this is going to be a humorous double definition. I think the more realistic definition will be being derived at. So being laughed at or being something, 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 but it could also mean what is job of Gundog is fetching. Oh, something the bird. Getting the bird. Is that a British phrase? Of course, in the US we have flipping the bird, but I think, let me look up getting the bird. Yes, it is getting the bird, and I think it's somehow related to when audiences hiss at the theatre, at a performer, the actors would say it is the goose is in the house, or the Roman bird was another phrase it says here, the sacred geese of Juno. So yeah, getting or giving the bird. The audience gives the bird and the actor gets the bird. Well, that's a nice one to get. Just looking at jumping ahead, but let's try this one. Some of these Ravel rejected as a composer. So I think it's a hidden word, but also in reverse, rejected. So within these, Ravel, with that E-O, Varese, I think is how you pronounce his name. Varese, Edgar, I think. 20th century composer, musique concrète, I think was his thing. I think I heard some of it years ago. All right, now our sculptures of at least 3. Oh, thetas would fit as Greek characters. But how would of at least 3? I don't. Sculpture meaning to anagram. I'm not seeing it. I know it's very early, but I'm going to use the check this button. No, okay. Oh, pietas would be sculpture. Yes. So the pieta, I think, is any sculpture that shows Mary holding Jesus's body, isn't that it? That's a pieta. And so it's pi, eta. Oh, I think, it's pi is 1. Yeah, I think I've seen this before where they say at least 3, meaning one item is singular, so there's only one pi. But etas is plural, which means there's at least 2. And therefore there's at least 3 of Greek characters. Yeah, I think if I hadn't seen that before, I would be scratching my head for a while. Now, does that help the soldier with Eastern weapon within reach? I'm sure it should. SP or AP. Yeah, not sure about that. Let's try 14. Mournful types hit record or hit record. Mournful type. Oh, I want to say lamenter. I mean, it's a bit of a not a very common word, one who laments. Where would the hit? Oh, I think hit is lamb, and record is enter, as in record data, you enter it. Yeah. All right, let me pause and think about this within reach now that I have that M is very helpful. All right, I had to resort to wordplays.com, and the only words that fit this pattern are spearman or spearmen, but this is soldier, so I think that's actually the definition, which surprises me. And then eastern is E, weapon is arm, and that's within span, within reach. All right. How about a man involved in no branch of science? So I wonder if it's A, and then maybe some man's name inside of O, N-O, and it's going to mean a branch of science. What would that be? Anthropology and anatomy, and yeah, it doesn't seem right that it would end in O. Unless it's involved, maybe no could be number, and it could be 9. Well, anatomy seems better. Oh, I think it's maybe it's an anagram of a man involved in no. Let me go ahead and check this one. It is correct. Let me pause. All right, I think it's a Tom that is inside of any. But how does any equal no? That I do not know. Answers on a postcard, please. Anyway. Oh, so here, this one, your legs collapsed climbing the stairs. That's unimaginable. So I think this is going to be like the other long one. It's probably going to be a phrase that means unimaginable, but in some punning way, it means your legs collapsed climbing the stairs. I presume the first word is going to be you. You something. Your legs collapse, climb. That's what would be a phrase for that's unimaginable. Oh, I was thinking of something like you can't make it up. Maybe you couldn't make it up. Yes. I think it just throws me that couldn't is shown as 7 letters despite the apostrophe, but I think that's just the convention. Yes, oh, and I didn't even see that I had the M to confirm part of it. So yeah, you couldn't make it up the stairs, maybe because your legs collapsed. Ooh, that gives us a very nice Y. Great rift. When cleric embraces heresy finally. Okay, heresy finally, I think, is going to be that Y. And so a cleric is going to go around that, and it's going to mean a great rift. Oh, which, of course, they want us to think of a rift in the church, for example, a schism of some kind, but I think it might be an actual fault in the ground, in the earth, or some other kind of rift. Nothing is coming to me. What would a cleric be too that can, in 5 letters, go around that Y? Canon. Oh, canon. And then, of course, it took me a moment to work out canyon. There we go. So now our poet gets post, but not a great deal. Well, it's not little or tittle. Poet. No, I'm not seeing that. I think I will resort to wordplays.com. Well, there are a lot of letters that are words, I should say, that fit this letter pattern. But I saw Milton, who of course is a poet. And I did think earlier the post, but not a, could be male, and without the a is mill. And I had that at the end of the word. I didn't think, wait a minute, I have this I. That could be at the beginning. And then a great deal is a ton, and so you get the poet Milton. All right, how about our one VIP? Oh, there is the name Polycarp comes to mind, but I have no idea where it's coming from. But I think he might have been a very early saint, maybe in the early Christian church. So let me look up Polycarp. Well, yes, there was a Christian bishop of Smyrna who died a martyr, and he's regarded as a saint in the Catholic Church and the Orthodox churches. But his name, according to Wikipedia, is Poly with a Y. But I'm assuming there must be another way of spelling it. So then, how does the word play? I can see that carp is, is to complain. So could that be to confront? And then one VIP would be one LOP. I don't know how that is a VIP. Unless it's Paul for a politician, could be considered a VIP. I don't know, let's check this one. Oh, no, okay. Well, that explains then why the spelling was wrong and why the wordplay didn't work. Oh, well, back to the drawing board. Let's try 15. Yeah, let's continue on and at least look at all the clues once before I start going crazy. Socialite and seductress, ditching husband, a composer. So I presume it's going to be a composer. That A might actually be part of the wordplay, so that the name might end in A. So I think it's going to be a word for a socialite. Oh, who could be, a debutante. And a seductress would be a hussy. Minus the husband, the H is Debussy. That is so funny. I was just thinking of Debussy last night and thinking about the pronunciation. I think it's Debussy and not Debussy, as I think we used to say. If you have another opinion on the pronunciation, please let me know. All right, let's finish the acrosses. Program location containing nothing suitable. I think it might be a word for suitable. Program location, I think program might be the first part of the word, and then something for a location, and it's going to put an O inside it for nothing. And then it's going to mean suitable. No, nothing is coming to me. Stops and starts. So it's going to be some word that somehow has these seemingly opposite meanings, although of course starts can also be those little jumps you give when you're surprised. I am thinking of breaks, could be stops, but how is that starts? Breaks. No, I don't see it. Result of wearing bra creates a row. So thinking about a B there. Bust up. So it's a punning double definition. So let me put in breaks. I will click check this. It is right. All right. Fellows having little energy and fevers on Scottish island. Ooh, well, I was thinking it was going to be a Scottish island, but it might be fellows. No, I'm thinking fellows could be men, chaps, dons. Little energy is usually E. What would fevers be? And could it be a Scottish? I don't know my Scottish islands. Now let's try and get some more for that. Release a bit of cricket equipment. I think that has to be bail. I hope that's right. American universities short tree or shrub. I think it's going to be a shrub. American could be just simply A, university could be U, and then maybe a name of a tree that is missing its last letter, short tree, and then the whole thing gives us a shrub. AU, do I know a shrub beginning with AU? I don't. So let's clear that. All right, sign given by head of militia abandoning tanks. Head of militia is M, but then we maybe take that out of a word for tanks, and we get a sign like an augury. Sign. Oh, of course, sign could be autograph or sign. No, I'm not seeing that, but that's a very unusual pattern. There can't be too many words that fit that. What would it end in? R-O-U-S, R-I-U? M, even though we're told militia is abandoning. Well, what would tanks be? Could be, are they military tanks, which is what we immediately think of? Or could it be just tanks, containers for oil? All right, let's see. Have I looked at all of the crosses? I think so. Let's go back to the downs. Relatively calm, perhaps, is a label at sea. I wonder if it could be an anagram of is a label if it's at sea. But it's going to have an awful lot of vowels, and it would mean relatively calm. Oh, could be relatively, maybe, and then calm, perhaps, and then a label at sea. No. Reading University impeding a girl. Or it could be reading, of course. And so maybe we put U for university inside a girl's name, and it means reading. Reading, of course, could be a lesson in a religious service, a reading, or it could be a reading of data. But I am thinking it's going to be reading and not reading. Now, concert with huge pieces of publicity. Ooh, that's a tricky one. Yeah, I think it's going to mean a concert. Well, is it going to be a concert or in concert? Huge pieces, billboards, ads. Nope. All right. Let me go back to 26. I'm going to pause and think about this one and resort to wordplays.com if I have to. Oh my goodness, so obvious. I was thinking there might be a Q, it might be QUAR, but I was thinking square or EQ. I never thought of AQ. Aquarius, which is a sign of the zodiac. And the tanks, I didn't think of water tanks for fish, aquariums. Take away the M from militia and you get Aquarius. Oh my goodness. Definitely should have got that one without resorting to online help. Now we're reading universe, reading. No, not saying that. All right, let me look up some Scottish islands and see if there's a nice one. The fact, though, that it ends in S, although it does say and fevers on Scottish island. The on now makes me think that's part of the wordplay. Little energy and so Mull could be the island, then little A, Mully. Well, what would that be for fellows? Yeah, let me check what other Scottish islands there are. Well, there is an island called Coll, and as soon as I saw that, I thought of colleagues would be fellows, little energy, and agues are the fevers. Oh my goodness. All right, now our concert with huge pieces of publicity. Not seeing what that could be. Relatively calm. Oh, so let's try the anagram helper and see, is a label so relatively calm, saleable. Whoa, that was, so the anagram helper really came up trumps today. I think that might have done with a question mark. I don't know if saleable is a word. I mean, we understand what it means, but, you know, it's a clever clue, but just saleable? Not sure about that. Now this one, program, location, containing nothing suitable. I think it might be an ing word. A program location, I'm thinking like a setting. But then with the O, it would be setoting. I don't think that's a word. Suitable. But what else could it be for suitable? No, I'm not seeing that, so I need to finish up quickly today, so I'm going to go ahead and reveal this. Apposite, so that's definitely suitable. Program is an app. I should have thought of that. They often use program to mean app, then nothing, and then a site is a location. Very good. So now, well, regular fits. But how does that mean reading or reading? University impeding a girl? Oh, secular. I think it's going to be somewhere like that. But the U then is going to be impeding or interrupting a girl's name, I presume. And it's going to mean reading. Let me pause and think about that. Oh, well, I had to use the wordplays site, and I saw perusal among other words, which would mean reading. And I think A in this case is per, so as in 50p per head, a head, and then the girl is Sal. Let's check it. It is correct. What's left in the top? Yeah, let's finish our one VIP. I'll give it one last look. Turning up to confront. Saint. No, I'm going to go ahead and reveal it. Boniface. I have heard of him. So to confront is to face. A VIP is a knob. So one knob backwards and then face and Saint Boniface. All right, just two left. Concert with huge pieces of publicity. I wonder if it could be promos, as in pieces of publicity. Yeah, the concert is the prom and OS is oversized. Now our American University short tree or shrub. Oh, I'm thinking of one. Well, actually, I didn't think it would have the O there, but something NAL. Let's try and work backwards. Oh, it might be EL for short elm. And then so American University would be something O, something N. Is that an actual, I can only think of Yale for a short one. MIT, of course, they love to use. Now let me reveal this. Cornell is, oh my goodness, so let's see. So that is the American University. Short tree or shrub? I don't understand that one. We'll have to look at 15 squared. Let me just check all. Everything else seems to be right. All right, today's blog is by Peter O. There are only a few I wasn't sure about. Breaks. Day breaks. So yeah, I can see in that context, breaks could mean starts. Or I suppose somebody given some breaks, maybe. And then 25, a subtraction. Cornell, American University. Oh, no, so actually Cornell, the university, has two L's. So it's short, and it makes Cornell with one L is a tree or shrub. Oh, okay, I'm glad I checked that. Another one did I want to see? Oh, in the Downs, I think just 16. Oh, well, I just wanted to see if anyone complained about the word saleable. Let's see if... Oh, yes, I did want to know why anatomy could be any or no. This seems to be an envelope, A plus Tom in any. Yeah, I can think of no use where they coincide, and so this commenter is saying, I took no to be number, hence any. And here I took no as nay, A plus Tom in nay. Wow. I think that KVA we've seen before is a very reliable commenter, so I would trust, and even Tim says that works better. I concur with KVA's erudite explanation. So yeah, that was a tough one, but I got there in the end. Anyway, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.